Hi everyone, Simon Kearney here, Monday the 22nd of October. Thanks again for watching weatherweb.net. Sites get free of charge by the adverts that are around the screen here, so you coming back and using the site and using the charts and using the information that's on here and using the adverts means that it generates revenue, which keeps the site completely free of charge. Big news is, of course, the cold weather that's going to be coming through during the end of this week, and I know it's in the newspapers today about that, and it is going to be an Arctic blast, but it's not going to be, kind of a white over Arctic blast. We're not going to get snow, famous last words, but I think it's going to be a bit of a shock after the temperatures that we've had of recent weeks. On the chart here, look, this is the temperature anomaly chart for the period from today through to next Monday, and you can see how the UK has gone into bluer colours here, which shows temperatures of around 0 to -2 degrees Celsius below normal. And also notice how much of Scandinavia and central and eastern parts of Europe as well are going to take a hit too, with much cooler conditions coming through here, but still warmer out to the west and very warm conditions here. Look across central parts of Russia too, but it's this kind of area of cold really that's going to be making the news during the course of this week, and of course it has been predicted here for several weeks now. I think overnight frosts are going to become a feature too. This is the minimum temperature chart. This is the one for Friday morning, Friday morning from the GFS. You can see a frost here, -1s, -2s, -4s in central parts of Scotland from the Midlands kind of northwards. And similar story as well for Saturday morning. Another frost there, look, -1s to -4s, so generally quite white over. Sunday morning, not looking quite so bad. More cloud up towards the north, but still we're going to get a frost across southern areas, so you can see there how things turn frostier during the end of the week, so certainly want to get the de-icer topped up on the car, I think. The temperature profile chart again shows it quite well with this rise in temperature over the next couple of days, but look how it tumbles off during the course of this week to really hit this low around Saturday and Sunday, and then it does hint the GFS ensemble at a slight rise in temperature, but you see how we've lost these really mild temperatures, how they've kind of gone away and become a thing of the past. Also notice that GFS ensemble does have some rainfall here, but I'm not quite sure. I really don't think that the models have nailed the medium to longer range yet, and I'll show you more about that in just a wee while. Let's just go quickly through the detail though of the next few days first, and then I'll show you how I think things are going to pan out for the cold weather next week and also into the middle part of November. This is today. Look, we've got this area of rain across central parts of the country, drizzle, misty, murky really, and that's the way it's going to be staying through today across much of England, Wales and Ireland. Much better through Scotland where we've got some sunny spells and it stays dry. Overnight tonight I think more mist and murk affecting many parts of England and Wales. We've got drizzling places, outbreaks of rain, maybe some bright spells coming through in the southeast again. Very little in the way of actual rainfall. I think just damp and murky through Tuesday once again. Brighter across Scotland with some sunny spells there. And then as we're heading towards Wednesday, well, much of the same really. I think there will be a tendency though for the cloud to lift a little bit during the course of Wednesday. You see this is just drizzle down towards the south of the country with mist and murk, but more of a tendency for it to lift given a bit of a brisker northeasterly breeze. Scotland's dry, as is Ireland, with some sunny spells coming through, but this finger of cloud here is associated with a cold front that comes south late on Wednesday, and that's the introduction of our cooler air. And notice how that comes southwards, look, overnight into Thursday with the temperatures falling off, and then during the course of Thursday itself, so we find the main feature going through, and that brings the colder air south through all places by Friday. I think Friday probably is going to turn out to be a much brighter day, a colder day for all. I think some showers always coming down these eastern coasts and affecting northern Scotland too, but for many it looks as if it should be dry with some sunny spells on Friday, some good spells of sunshine. Then a frost overnight into Saturday morning. Could be some outbreaks of rain and some snow over the high ground of Scotland during Saturday morning, but for most of us it looks as if it should be fair and dry with good sunny spells. Some showers though linking through the channel here. And then into Sunday, well, this is something we've got to watch, and that area of low pressure zips towards the east of Shetland, look, brings in this more northerly flow. I think what that could do is bring a really cold day across Scotland, northern England, northern parts of Ireland as well, with the risk of some cloud and outbreaks of rain here. But down to the south, it should stay dry but cold. We're going to be looking at daytime temperatures through the weekend of between 6 and 8 degrees, so compared to what we've had, it's going to be feeling much cooler. The gas and electricity companies must be rubbing their hands together at the thought of all that gas and electricity being used. And then into the early part of next week, well, we find the ridge of high pressure is still in there, look, so still quite cool, I think, through Monday of next week, with the ridge of high pressure staying in. Some sunny spells around too, perhaps not quite so cold, but then we find this area of low pressure moving into the north of Scotland, bringing some further outbreaks of rain. Now, that then leads us on to how this develops next week. Do we stay in the cold? Well, this is the 7 to 10 day 500 millibar flow mean and anomalies. So this takes us through from next Monday through to Thursday, the 1st of November. And we've got the ECMWF on the left here, we've got the GFS on the right. And the blue colour shows below normal height. So you see that the ECMWF has this trough look across Eastern Europe during that time, with across Central and Eastern Europe during that time, with this sharp ridge building here across the east of the States. GFS has a very similar feature on there, look, with this ridge over the eastern states and over the east of Canada. In fact, it's not the eastern states, it's Canada, isn't it, going into Greenland. And again, similar on the GFS. And they also highlight this cold pool, this trough that's over Eastern Europe, making more of it, and also this low that's in the central part of the Atlantic. Now, the difficulty the models are having is dealing with how these things move. I have a suspicion that what will happen is that this ridge is going to be building up here. As that happens, it will turn the flow more into the north across the UK, maintaining the cool conditions. That then deepens the trough across Central and Eastern Europe, and as that ridge builds, what it allows to happen is for the trough to kind of curl round like so, capture this trough here and bring that into Europe. So actually for the UK, we go more into this northerly flow and stay in these cooler conditions into the early part of November, with this more north or northwesterly flow given high pressure out to the west and that low hanging off to the east and to the south. This feature really blocking things out. So let's just see, how does the CFS see it? And the CFS kind of picks up on this quite well, because what it tries to do is to, if we can just zoom in on the map here for you, these are the temperature anomalies from the CFS for week 1, so from today through to next Monday. And these green colours across the UK, look, hinting temperatures going down below normal. So this is sort of 1 degree below normal. Now, into week 2, this is from next Monday through to Monday the 4th, and or rather, sorry, through to Sunday the 4th. And this also, look, keeps temperatures below normal. So it's keeping those temperatures below normal next week, still in the greens. Then if we take a look at week 3, this is from Monday the 5th through to Sunday the 11th. Look, it keeps us in these cool conditions. So it's keeping the cooler weather across us during that first part of November. And then into week 4, we got cooler conditions through Scotland, but warming up down to the south, temperatures coming nearer normal. Now, I think the CFS has got this pretty well nailed. I think this is how it's going to be. I think we are going to be staying cool into this second week of November. This is a period around the 10th or the 11th when the change could take place. And if you look at the flow anomalies, this is the 500 millibar flow from the CFS for the next week. Yes, it's got high pressure up towards the northeast, and that's what's going to be dominating things. Then for week 2, so for next week, look, it builds the trough into Europe, look, and it's doing exactly what I said. It's building the ridge here across Greenland and Iceland and to the west of the UK, deepens the trough out towards the east, and the effect of this is that we get this kind of northerly flow maintained across the country. So I certainly agree with that. Then into week 3, it keeps the trough out towards the east, it keeps the high up to the north, and we stay with this flow across the country. And similar conditions, well, it starts to break it down by week 4, which takes us from the 12th to the 18th, starting to warm things through a little bit, with high pressure down to the south, a trough up towards the northeast, and more of a southwesterly flow coming back through the UK. But I think the overall thing to take from this is certainly this chart, which keeps it that bit cooler up until at least the 10th or the 11th of the month, with those northerlies dominating. And I think this is the way it's going to go. I think what we'll find is those north and northwesterly winds bringing showers to northern and eastern parts of Scotland and eastern parts of England particularly. Best of the sunshine always towards the west and the south, and tending to stay dry there too. That seems to be the way things are going to be shaping up over the coming weeks. So, thanks again for watching. Keep the sun shining. As I said before, the sites get free of charge by the adverts you see around the screen, so please do use them. And thanks again for watching. Keep the sun shining and get ready to wrap up warm. Bye for now.